back to the show.
Welcome. I wish
So
I
good to
feel
see
so
you.
official at this desk.
It does, right? But
Thing in the background.
you've got the suit, you've got the thing, you
I'm
got
ready.
the look.
I came dressed like
Yeah.
my business clothes.
You look like you're ready to host. I like this. Welcome back to the show.
Thank
First
you.
things first, congratulations on the new movie, second
Thank
act.
you.
Can I tell you, what was interesting about this movie is I didn't know what it was about. I never read reviews, I watched the movie, and in the beginning, I thought, oh, it's going to be a rom-com. I was like, okay,
Right.
J-Lo back in a rom-com, and then you're kissing Milo in the movie, and I was like, okay, this is it. And then no, it just flips, and it's a comedy about a woman who is fighting to like reinvent herself.
Yeah.
It's
not traditional romantic comedy where it's like boy meets girl and they have problems and then they get back together. This is more about a woman falling in love with herself and her own life.
Right.
You know, and realizing that the mistakes she made early on in her life that she hasn't forgiven herself for actually lead her to her purpose and her happiness and her right path. And I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Can you relate to that?
Yes, absolutely.
In what way?
I mean, I think we all beat ourselves up when we think our life's supposed to be one thing. And you're going along this way. Like, I was like, oh, I'm going to be a movie actress. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then, and I make music. And then all of a sudden you're like, not working. And then they go, well, how about you be on American Idol? And you're like, well, that's not what I imagined things to be. But you're like, well, maybe it's supposed to be different than I thought it was. And then it turned out to be the best thing that I could have ever done.
Right.
Whereas everybody else was like, nah, don't do that. I don't know, your career's over. I'm like, no. And so there's different ways to get to where you need to be. That's a small example and a very kind of triumphant one for me. But there's been many moments in my life where I was like, struggling and decide, at the point where you're ready to give up. And I think this character in this movie also is at that point in her life where she's like, maybe I'm just not supposed to do this. I don't know.
Right.
And maybe my life is going to be this. I'm born on this block, and I'm going to die on this block, and that's it.
What I also loved about the movie is it's really funny, but there's also this message the whole time, which is we are not who people think we're supposed to be. Like you said, she's born on this block, and in that clip we saw, it's a manager saying, hey, look, I mean, you're good. You know everything.
No, you're amazing.
You're amazing.
But sorry, you don't get the job.
Yes, you don't have the name, you don't have the look, you don't have the title.
And then when you get that name and look and title, people look at you in a totally different way.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt that in your world? Is there like a thing? Have you ever lied? Let me put it that way. Have you ever lied about something to get something? Like, yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, sure. Haven't you? Yes. I lied on my 8x10 resumes. Like, they had that place where you wrote special skills.
What were your special skills?
Skydiving. Like, I put anything. I remember, like, I auditioned for this, like, Olympic commercial when I was first starting out, and I was like, God, I gotta work. I gotta get something. And I was super young, and I remember I came in that day and I was on fire, like in my audition. I was like, blah, 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 whatever. And I walked out and I knew it went well. And right as I walk out, they say to me, and the camera was rolling, they say, by the way, do you know how to do a trampoline? Can you do acrobatics and things like that? I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I get the job, and then I go to Canada to shoot this Olympic commercial, and of course the trampolines, they're like, ready for the trampoline? I'm like, yes, and I get on it, and I'm like... Luckily the producers fell in love with me and I loved them and they were like, wow, so you know how to do the trampoline, huh? I was like, yeah. Sorry.
The chemistry you have on camera with Leah Remini is phenomenal. Are you guys real life friends?
We're real life best friends.
Because there's a scene where you're slapping each other.
She's slapping me.
Yeah, but you slap her afterwards.
But I had to. Somebody slapped you 4 times. What are you gonna do?
I genuinely didn't know if that was in the script or not.
No, it was not in the script. One of the great things about doing this movie and doing it with Leah is that I felt like if we could capture our relationship, because we're real friends.
Right.
Like, for real, like lifers, right? And so, we laugh. She makes me laugh like nobody else. We cry together. We've been through hard times. We call each other on our bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, we're real friends. And in that scene, specifically, we were trying to bring all the real stuff we could to the roles. And she was like, you know how I do that thing? I'm about to pump you up to go over to this guy. She goes, I'm going to do the thing I do before your shows where I go, who's the champ? And I go, okay, yeah, do that. She goes, I'm like, who's the champ? And you say, I'm the champ. I was like, okay, cool. She does it, and in the first take, she starts slapping me. She's like, who's the champ? And, you know, I'm playing it like I don't know what she's doing. I'm like, what? And she goes, who's the champ? Come on, I'm the champ. And she starts slapping me over there. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go with this. By the fourth time, I was just like, boom, stop. enough with the slapping here. But it was a lot of fun because that's the type of things that we could do.
Right. And the whole movie carries that theme. It's a woman who's rediscovering herself, moving into a new world, and it feels like Jenifer Lopez is doing the same thing because on the same day that the movie's dropping, you have a music video dropping for Limitless.
I do.
And is it true this is your first time directing?
Yes, it was. It was. It was the first. Yes, I'm so excited. Thank you. It was a big deal for me.
Right.
It was a big deal for me, yeah.
And so you decide, okay, I'm going to direct the music video. I'm in the music video, and your daughter's in it as well.
I did. I put my daughter in it. I didn't want to put my daughter in it. My daughter's name is Emmy, and she's an angel, okay? Dropped down from heaven. And she's like, Mom, I want to do it. She knew I had to have a little girl in the video, and when you see the video, you'll see it's about, you know, struggling. Being born a woman, like, you have an uphill battle right away.
Right.
You're not a man, you're struggling a little bit. And I wanted to kind of personify that little girl inside all of us who's always kind of fighting with you every day, even when you're my age, right? And she knew I was doing that, and she was like, Mommy, I can do it. And I was like, I don't want her to do this. The hours are going to be long. I'm directing for the first time. I'm going to have to push her. What if she's not good? Oh, my God. You know, like, I had all this stuff running through my head. And when I tell you, I died. She was so amazing. And I get goosies right now thinking about it. It's such a beautiful thing that we got to do that together, and that it was my first directing experience. And the song written by Sia is amazing.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
You know, I'm excited because it's weird. Every single time you come here, there is something new that you're looking forward to. You bring a light with you. You bring an energy, and I'm excited to see what the next journey. You're gonna be directing your next movie that you act in and write and do the CGI for, and the trampoline stunts. You're going to be doing that as well.
Yeah.
Jenifer Lopez, trampoline stunts as well.
Yeah.
Jenifer Lopez, everybody. Thank you so much for coming back to the show. Second act will be in theaters December 21st.